All right, what's up? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of a Frugal Athlete podcast. It is late today, but we are going to get this done. As I told you before, the new podcast is a little bit different. You know, we got uh, one episode will be interviews with guests, another episode will be myself, solo episode, then another one will be interviews with guests, and then back to me to close out the month. So we're going to be doing bi-monthly guest interviews, and then the rest will be me. This will help with bandwidth and also to give a more personal take on some of the personal finances, insights, and experiences that I would like to share. One of the biggest things that I struggled with the frugal athlete initially was, you know, not being forward facing. So this is part of our attempt to be more forward facing, sharing my story, sharing my experiences, sharing my insights, sharing my thoughts, but also getting the thoughts of others, subject matter experts, athletes, former athletes, retired athletes, current athletes, free agents, and the stakeholders that work with these athletes to help them make, manage, and multiply their money in a number of different facets. I'll also be doing some recaps of the episodes that I've been interviewing or episodes that we've published and give my insights or takes on that as well with these solo episodes. With that being said, this solo episode, I want to talk about the importance of good mentors. As an athlete, I think is really important. We're going to talk about a number of different things, but that's going to be the big difference. And the reason why I brought this up is because Eric Armstead, a family friend who we do some work with another business that I run, he him and his teammates came under some scrutiny for a rookie hazing prank that they did for the rookies, and for somehow it obviously social caught wind of it and blew it way out of proportion. The the story goes obviously rookie dinner is like a known thing in the NFL, NBA, actually sports in general. You take the rookies out to dinner, you have run up the tab, and then make the rookies pay for it. Lo and behold, the trick is either a portion of it, like a high portion of it, is already paid for, or one of the older veterans will take care of it and just make them pay a little bit. But because social is going to be social, it leaked and the bill was around $300,000. That wasn't the case. It was not nearly $300,000. There's no way a bill would be that much for the circumstances that were uh, made in the situation. And then because they caused so much scrutiny, a bunch of tweets, Eric, who's one of the veterans on the team, he brought it to the attention. He kind of put water on the flames that were going on social, and he said something that really caught my eye. He was like, I was I was in a locker room with X X player, Y player, Z player, and they taught me better. And it's the importance of having good mentors that really shined a light for me when he said that, because the same could hold true the opposite way. Depending on the veterans or the mentors you have in the game, they can either put you on game or put you off your game. And I think it's really important as a young athlete, whether you're a collegiate athlete looking to, take it to the next level, or you're a pro athlete that's looking to extend your career, the mentors that you have in the game, specifically on the field, in terms of understanding, all right, should I spend my money on cars or should I spend my money on investments? How do I look at advisors? Who do I reach out to? Can make all the difference. And I really think as an athlete, you need to have a structure on how to go about it. And it's easy to know, it's easy to tell, like, all right, this is an athlete I should follow, or I should follow in their footsteps or use as a role model. And it's easily to tell who's not. Unfortunately, athletes have a hard time because sometimes the mentors that they should be seeking or should be pursuing aren't always the glamorous guy in the locker room, in terms of, like, they're not the more popular guy, they're not getting all the brand deals or things like that. But at the end of the day, they're in the locker room for a reason. They've probably played a number of years for a reason, and it's important as a young athlete to find those mentors in your space. As it pertains to off the field, the same holds true. I could speak personally about it. Like, I wouldn't be where I'm at in my career, specifically off it, if it wasn't for the mentors that I have. I always mention someone by the name of John Harris as being someone that kind of took me under his wing in terms of understanding like athlete development and how important it is to continue your education while you're playing, and not just education like school wise, but continually to learn, continually to challenge yourself, continuing to meet people in different spaces, different athletes that have done it, that have been where you are currently, because I think it can make all the difference in how you transition or how you work towards different portions and different pain points in your career. So I'm always thankful for him and always thankful for the other mentors that I've had. But I thought it was really important to touch on that as it pertains to the importance of good mentors. We've seen countless stories of, young players that highlight a player that like kind of helped them, took them under their wing. I think of guys like a young Andre Iguodala, who's seen as a mentor for some other people, or Chris Paul, or a Dwayne Wade. You see guys like Jimmy Butler, who credits Dwayne Wade for helping him think business wise on how to look at brand deals, or how to think of player contracts, or how to navigate the league. You talk about Chris Paul, who's obviously been one of the better leaders of his generation, taking guys under his wing, whether it's, Devin Booker, or, other guys that he's played with along the way. Obviously, a lot of people take inspiration from LeBron, and he's a mentor either, personally and from afar. So it's really great to see Andre Iguodala, for the things that he's done in Silicon Valley. Those are things that a lot of people take credit to, whether it's Evan Turner, who he considers a good buddy of his, someone that he is a mentor for, or even guys like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and the other people from the Golden State Warriors. So these are mentors. These are examples of mentors that make sense as it pertains to like financial growth, personal growth, career growth. And while it's important to have a roadmap, at the end of the day, you still have to drive your own car, and you still have to control your journey. But it can make all the difference if you have someone that's been on the same path as you. So I highly recommend, whether you're an athlete listening to this, or you're a stakeholder that helps athletes, to talk to that athlete and have them reassess their mentors, reassess who they're seeking in terms of guidance. I think if they do an honest assessment, they may have to make some corrections. But if they are willing and able to, the path is clear if done right. Yeah, so I really wanted to come in real quick and say like the importance of mentors. And the reason why I talked about that is because this month, January, was National Mentor Month. There's a bunch of different, like, I don't want to say fake holidays, but there's a bunch of holidays or themes of the month. Financial Wellness Month, it's National Hobby Month, it's National Mentoring Month, and it's Career and Educational Month. So earlier this month, to start off the year, we talked about financial wellness. So today I wanted to talk about National Mentoring Month by highlighting the importance of mentors within the athlete community. I also mentioned Career and Educational Month, so I wanted to touch on different jobs, and I've touched on this in previous podcasts before, different jobs that athletes can transition to, and the top careers like in that space. So I'm just going to list them off, and go from there. These are things that I've seen, things that I've witnessed. There's no statistical backing behind this, just general knowledge of what I've seen, what I've witnessed, and going from there. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to share with you a paper that I got. So this is the MLS player engagement resource page. So it talks about some of the 2022 programs, so last year, and I'm just going to read through it. So the reason why I highlight this is because it's very important for athletes to take advantage of the resources that are given to them. I feel like a lot of athletes don't do that until it's too late. I mentioned John Harris as a mentor of mine. He is the founder and CEO of AthLife. I'm probably going to include that in the show notes. He's the founder and CEO of Athlete. So when I was coming into the league, just to give you context, I signed a Generation Adidas contract. So it was a contract that entices young players or underclassmen to go pro by reimbursing them for their education and giving them more compensation. What's not like spoken about or not really highlighted is that quite a few athletes never finish their college degrees because of some of the stipulations at play. There's like a time limit on when you can complete your degree, and odds are, depending on how things shake out, you really never go back to school. So at the end of the day, MLS wins, and they probably won't like me for saying this, but it's known facts, and everyone knows it. So I milked it. I used every ounce of reimbursement dollar that I got, and even used it more than I was even allocated. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. I finished my bachelor's degree, then I got my master's degree, then I did a bunch of executive education courses. I was going to take advantage of the opportunity that gave to me. They trusted me to go pro early, and I repaid them by not only completing my degree, but playing 12 plus years pro. So they made a good bet, and I was able to repay them and repay myself for going pro. But this is not about me. This is about AthLife. So AthLife is the career development program that MLS is partnered with. So my freshman year, sorry, not my freshman year, my rookie year playing, I reached out to the career development people, saw that AthLife was the partner. I kind of told them my situation. I told them my mom and my dad said the only reason why I'm able to go pro is that I promised them that I'll finish my degree while playing. So I'm trying to get that done. And that's how I met John Harris. John Harris then kind of sat me down and kind of gave me like a roadmap of, how it would go. I went to UCLA, so I was adamant about finishing at UCLA. Unfortunately, because of the way the season works and having to go back, he had greatly convinced me that that probably wouldn't be the route I should take, and that's how it happened. So I ended up, going to junior college of Philadelphia, getting my associates, and then from there transferring to University of Louisville, and then getting my bachelor's there. I got where's my thing? I got it. I got magna cum laude. Yeah, magna. Is it summa cum laude and magna cum laude? I'm trying to read it really. Yeah, magna cum laude. So one of the top of my class, and then from there it moved on. But that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the MLS Player Engagement Program and the MLSPA Player Engagement Program, and then obviously AthLife for all the work that they did. So I'm saying all that to say that take advantage of the resources that are given to you. Not enough athletes are. Let me list some of the programs that they have. So they have a currency program. So obviously cryptocurrency education. I think that's really important, obviously, with everything that's going on. They have NFTs education program. They have a course coaching license program that allows active players to, get their coaching license because we don't have the time if we're active to go to the courses and do the thing. So they allocate a unique opportunity for people to take care of that. They have a job shadow program, which I did. They have a careers in soccer summit, which I didn't actually do, but definitely will do in the future years. I thought that was amazing. They have ongoing programs, the League Access program, which I was able to do. AthLife Career and Academic Advising, that's what I did. It's basically virtual one-on-one coaching sessions that help you figure out your college program. They have a money management international program, how to manage your finances through custom financial presentations. MLS Next Match Evaluator program, and also an MLS Greats network where, just helping the alumni group get together. So these are ways that athletes can take advantage of, their career while they're playing, but also post-career. And I say all that to say is that these opportunities, this education that you take, will help you in that transition to find that top career for you. So as I get into the top careers, I'm going to talk about obviously coaching, anything in the fitness space, health and wellness. A lot of athletes find themselves in that space. Another one is sales. Medical sales, tech sales are very popular amongst athletes. real estate, whether it's being a broker, has done a lot of people get into real estate as well. One lane that I recently came across that a lot of athletes are uh, getting into, and obviously I do run a frugal athlete, but there's a lot of athletes that become financial advisors, whether it's because they understand finances from a different lens and they want to like help others, or they had a bad experience, or it's a kind of eat what you kill industry, which athletes do well in. But a lot of athletes are in the financial uh, literacy space, from the financial advising space rather, or wealth management space. Um, what are some other ones that are really popular that we've come across? You got the trainers, so like not necessarily coaching, but training, which falls in line with the fitness space. I've seen a lot of athletes get into marketing, whether it's becoming a brand partnership ambassador or strategic partnerships, helping be like that kind of connector, which is some of the things that I do. Another one where a lot of athletes get into the space is agent, being a representation manager, helping athletes or other people, find deals. Not to say that if you're an athlete, you can't do anything else. I know plenty of athletes that have moved on to become doctors, lawyers, change fields, engineers, whatever it looks like. But these are top careers that athletes transition to. I plan on doing a whole breakdown on like each segment at some point as a YouTube video series. But I just wanted to touch on these real quick for athletes that are looking um, into that next phase. We'll also have in the show notes one of our strategic partners, the Shift Group. They're doing a lot of wonderful things for athletes looking to transition into sales. Definitely think y'all should check them out. I think athletes would be able to kill it in sales. It's just that that like that go-getter mentality that you have to have. That the intangible skills that you learn from sport. You'll definitely be able to be successful in um, in that space, coming from a sports background. So definitely look into that as well. But with that being said, that's it for this week. Nice and short, nice and sweet for the solo episode. Tune in next week. We're gonna have a guest that I think y'all will like, and we'll go from there. At the end of the day, please leave a review, subscribe, rate. These are all things that help our platform continue to grow and continue to improve on our podcast or our show. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys next week.